2021, the year of comeback. It has felt so good to come back together. Church, do you remember the journey? In January, we saw cheerful and hardworking volunteers cleaning out our former Children's Development Center building to make way for our current construction on the Elias Community Center. We moved from a building full of stuff to a building dedicated to service. In February and March, we saw food box giveaways, care baskets given to healthcare workers, and many projects with volunteers all around the church. We hosted our first of 4 blood drives on our campus, inviting neighbors to come and to meet a current need. In April, we filled our newly finished outdoor platform with weekly outdoor services, starting with a beautiful Easter celebration. Our back lawn rang with worship and praise and Bible discussions. Wristbands confirmed we'd been screened and passed temperature checks. But for the first time in a long time, we got to look our church family in the eyes and ask how things were going. We got to hear each other's voices, sing doxology. In May, we started to gradually move indoors. Do you remember how we pre-registered to ensure a seat in the sanctuary? Many of the Sabbath schools continued to meet outdoors, and our children's leadership in particular worked so faithful to keep Sabbath school a place where our children could become better friends with Jesus and know of his love. May was also the month Azure Hills approved formal plans to remodel the kitchen and the community center in our phase 1 of our Vision Capital campaign. It felt so good to be back on track with our business meeting after so long a delay. In June, we remembered we are treasured. Many of you logged into the Vacation Bible School and attended the dynamic Friday closing program at the campus of Loma Linda Academy. You remember you are treasured. Our children, young boys and girls, ran to make a personal commitment to Jesus, invited to step into the fullness of God's love. In July, did you come out to one of those weekly Sunday workbees? We were able to save close to $30,000 because of all the work that volunteers did on the community center this summer. In August, the church became a place of active connection once more. Our courts were used for weekly hockey and pickleball. Youth vespers, outdoor birthday parties, movie and game nights all brought members and their friends back to our church campus once more. In September, our small groups and Bible studies resumed, including Ladies Lift and weekly Bible studies, Jesus Essentials, Courageous, The Chosen, the story of biblical womanhood, Pathfinders and Adventurers, adult and children's choirs. They filled our church again with children's voices. In October, do you remember how you were motivated at camp meeting to live for others through the ministry of Pastor Damian Chandler? Our fellowship hall was filled with excited people ready to share an opportunity for ministry at our annual ministry fair. And Koinonia brought the 55-plus smiles back with luncheons again. In November, our 3rd pastor joined our staff for this year. Pastor Steve came first in March, then Pastor Gatra in August, and finally Pastor Linda. Each of these pastors came to our congregation with a deep and clear sense of God's calling. December, we've reached the end of this year with Christmas programs and children's choirs, reading and remembrances of those we've lost. They all remind us that we can be back together in person. Many of you enjoyed the energy of our biggest hosted community event, Light Up Grand Terrace, as it returned to our parking lot. 2021, what a year. A year of returns. Yet we are not satisfied to just return to the way things were. We're asking the Spirit to grow us. We want to see beloved children of God baptized, to see our Sabbath schools bursting with Spirit-filled discussions, to deepen our worship and devotion to Jesus, to tap into the needs of our community and to connect with them in love. This is Azure Hills Church. Vision in Action is our local church offering, which is all about putting our vision into action through our time, our talent, and our resources. And we have seen you do this generously throughout 2021. You've scrubbed and hauled, sorted and sledgehammered. You've prepped and prepared, called and connected. You've delivered food for those in need, and you've made space to welcome all people into this place. We celebrate the mighty and beautiful work God is doing here among us. During this month of December, we need $295,000 of vision and action giving to meet the budget need for 2021 and move forward in strength into 2022. Church family, I want to thank you for sharing God's grace. I want to thank you for your commitment to growing in love. And thank you for all the many ways that you have been a voice of hope in 2021. We move forward together. We are Azure Hills Church.